Department of Health. Only then will the NHS achieve the quality improvements that we all want to see. And I'll give way to the Honourable Gentleman.
Duncan Hames.
Thank you, Mr. Streeter. I'm grateful to the Honourable Gentleman for giving way. Clearly, in his search for some local accountability for decision-making, it would be very helpful if he could advise us where in this process that the public's demand for these services will be heard, and indeed whether there is a role for locally elected politicians through the health overview and scrutiny committees of our local councils to secure some real influence in determining these outcomes.
Well, if the Honourable Gentleman is talking about now under the current arrangements, then no doubt he is aware of the changed criteria that my right honourable friend, the Secretary of State, announced in late May for any that had to be taken into account for any reconfigurations that are currently going through the process, providing they're not too far advanced that it's impossible to reverse them, and any future reconfigurations, where the main four priorities are taking into account the views of local people, clinicians and GPs, and making sure that it is relevant healthcare for the local area. If he is talking about after the changes in the White Paper have been implemented, then of course, as he will know, as the PCTs are wound down and abolished, the transfer of powers not only to the National Commissioning Board and all that flows downwards from that, but then linking the provision and the responsibilities for the delivery or the commissioning and delivery of healthcare at a local area will be linked to local authorities, where there will be accountability through the local authority input, where of course there are locally elected representatives on those bodies, in a way that currently public health is dealt with through the input from the primary local authority level in each area. And that is where the accountability will be. But the predominant thing is, because one has to have a health service that is locally driven, is that the wishes of the patient, not only in their own individual care, but the requirements that they have in the local community for what they need as a local community, has got to be fundamental in the decision as to what units, what configurations take place. And I hope that the Honourable Gentleman and my Honourable friend is reassured by that.